As almost always. Good evening. Hello. It's Catgirl hours. As usual. It's fine. It's your job to keep the energy up then. Congrats. It's all up to you. I'm just diving straight in. No thoughts, head empty. Only have to start queuing. Ba 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 ba. Hi. I'm feeling 2D today. Ah. End the lo-fi. Bunny boy. Bunny boy real, not clickbait. Not bunny boy. Only cat girl. It'll take a second. Oh, I need to reset Brian. Brian. Bo. On. Close. Then I gotta boost audio as soon as we're in game. Hui. Yippee! Okay. We play with sound. That's probably the right volume. Okay. Long has it been since my paws have trodden aught but those cursed decks. Would that I had made landfall under better circumstances. Ugh, me poor heart. 'Tis a pity about the loot and no mistake. But at least we made it out in one piece, as the captain's so fond of saying, you can't spend it when you're dead. What kind of cat is that anyway? And what was it doing on the ship? Cutscene. Aye, 'twas a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are, and all with our bits still attached. This calls for a foeman flagon of... Hold on, ain't we missing someone? Didn't I tell Utata to wait for us here? Never fear, we've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leofard, I am not easily moved, but the sheer power on display set me all a-quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire it from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you and me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. Dramatic point. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of someone with the will to use it. Come, lads, our business here is concluded. I think my anniversary last week. I can check. 9 days ago. So, I thanked you at the time. I'm sorry, Captain. They caught me off guard. You get a bang on the head or something? The man I knew... Wah, 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 wah. The man I know would never give in to scum like her without a fight, unless... Hello. Hello. What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link pearl into its case and like. Ha ha! So long as Rodelia keeps it close. And you can be damn sure she will. We'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take her to notice me little gift? The emote's so good. That's very clever and all, but how are you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on the derelict and its a great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I expect it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get into any of that, though, I've got some questions what need answering. You wish to know more of the Void Ark, the ghost ship, as you call it? The Void Ark? So that's its proper name. I'd like to hear whatever you'd care to tell us, Puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you address me by my proper name, Catsith. I will not respond to Puss or Cat, and most decidedly not Furball. Yeah, I told you, Sky Pirates. Lore time. My tale begins long, long ago in the city of Mac, which once stood in the lands of Yafame. The sorcerers of Mac were masters of destructive magics. Oh, you guys are talking so much. Were masters of destructive magics, and they brought that terrible power to bear against Ampedor and Nim in the War of the Magi. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea, a catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage Césaire, was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Colossal flood? Are you talking about the Six Umbral Calamity? I suppose you would note as such. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. When they learned of the fate that had awaited them, the Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Césaire. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary. Then how did it come to be so, what happened to all the people? And where did all the void scent come from? By what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants sealed within the vessel. Advances in Maki sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power. And the swiftest, most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So, the creatures on the derelict, they broke free from your master's control? At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed a great ruler of the Void-sent. Skathak. I'm going with Skathak. The Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mac's preeminent sorcerer, Césaire was deemed best qualified, were it otherwise my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Huh? Yet even with Césaire's perilous skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser void scent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. I don't know how to pronounce things. Half the stuff in this game is taken from real life. I can't pronounce common English words. In the end, Césaire and the 53 Void Mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I remember me umbral eras right, the stuff you just described happened more than 1,500 years past, which is a good while by anyone's measure. And since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat till just recently, I'm thinking something unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day, a void scent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first, it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away, but the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually, I could not contend with its power, and it began shattering seal after seal. Ah, but you looked upon the true form of this fiend as he broke the chains holding the Queen's coffin. I can only assume he is one of... Yawn. See, I see the THC, and I can only think of... like a mad anime character. I'm just gonna say the Queen. I can only assume that he is one of the Queen's subjects, intent on bringing about her return. Well, that explains that then, except for one small detail, namely, where the Queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the great rift that the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The void scent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, that is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the Queen's coffin ere the wards binding the Queen are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure. And who knows what ancient Mackie treasures we might stumble on along the way. Gods know they'll make a nice change from all the elegant tombstones we've been collecting. Unending. I will help you. I'm not risking me hide for the sake of the realm, you understand. But I'll be damned if I let Redalia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. He's quirky. You only care for how you might be inconvenienced. If the Shadow Queen were to return, it would have dire consequences for this entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I said we'd help, didn't I? Before we go rushing off in search of that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroical employment, Anya. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. The time is nigh, my dear Talon. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. Yoo-hoo! Paying the bills. Anya, I was just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. You remember Katsith, the Maki familiar? We've been working with them on that on a plan to find Diabolos in the Queen's coffin. There have been void scent sightings from pirates all over, so we know that bat-winged bugger is hiding someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going about pinpointing the location, Leofard and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you have a moment or two, we could use a third option to break the stalemate. Besides all that, Leofard's eager to have another hand to help in the search. So come on over to the Perrick as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? Wow. Catch me falling off and dying. When you're a sky pirate, a well-maintained airship can mean the difference between life and a horrible plummet and death. So we keep a damn close eye on the condition of our vessels around here. Here to see the captain. Just go through the gate here and head north when you come out on. Just go through the gate here and head north when you come out on top. When you come out up top. His quarters are across the bridge. When the crew's heads are filled with naught but loot and laughter, it's my job to see their bellies are filled with decent grub. That Leofard's the worst of the lot. He'd live on gold bars and boot leather if I wasn't here to cook for him. Who is walking around? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Thanks for coming. The captain and the cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leofard, will you, before I strangle the both of them? This place looks much too small. Unless this is a different room. It is not a different room. It's way... proportion. Like squabbling children, the pair of them. Help Leofard settle this, would you? Ah, Anya, a rational mind such as yours is most welcome. Pray reason with this wind-addled brigand. Sniff. If you're here to ask about the Queen's coffin, then you'd best turn around and walk straight out again. This aggravating furballs turned my mood sour as month-old owl goat milk. Leofard, Anya's come all this way to help us, at your request, I might add. She deserves to hear where we stand on the search, at least. Drink. The search has given me ulcers, is what it is. By all reports, Diabolos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces. But the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we've not the pirates to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Redalia. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons, blonde hair, one eye, stole our bloody compass. Well, I've been eavesdropping with the link pearl. I slipped into the case and hoping to catch something useful. Excuse me. But all I've heard from her and her sorry crew is snoring, grumbling, and japes about the Archbishop's holy nethers. What? In the end, it seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way, but a certain mulin annoyance refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky with this meager handful of ne'er-do-wells. I find my suggestion to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable one under the circumstances. Ah, stow it, you mangy alley cat. You've not the faintest idea how sky pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into a deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we weren't laughed out of the room to begin with. You cannot assume that every man and woman shares your base morality. If we but made the attempt, I am sure we could convince some few of the nobility of our cause. And so it goes, round and round. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this. But what of you, Anya? Any thoughts on the matter? Handle it ourselves. See there, even Anya agrees with me. We proceed as we have been and try to cover as much sky as possible. However we tackle things, though, we have a long road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think of a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your adventures, Anya, unless you're willing to lend us your experience in another matter, that is. Utada, chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight into her dilemma. She's conducting her research in the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather discuss the properties of the Void Ark than continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there, Anya. How do you get down? Or are you saying you're just gonna hop on my mana cutter? Head into the Sea of Clouds, see what's bothering Utada might be, as you can shed some light on her problem. Leofard is right in not trusting aught to our fellow pirates, but we could spend years trawling through the clouds. There has to be some other way. We don't know where this island is positioned in relation to the actual Sea of Clouds. Very funny. Let's see, where am I going? No. I have to read all the lore. Yeah. It's an alliance raid. What did you expect? Crystal Tower was just the same. You have to go and pick up a bunch of sand. And then you have to do this, that, and the other. While waiting for word on Diabolos, I have been spending my time learning to pilot the Red Bill's little airships. Thankfully, it seems I've mastered enough of the basics to manage this little jaunt. You could drive that thing? Mayhap I could make contact with some other pirates without Leofard's mediation. But let us first address Mistress Utata's woes, shall we? I guess. Yeah, Katsith's about the same size as a Lalafell, so that makes sense. The cats are here. What troubles you, Mistress Utata? We were told that some manner regarding the Void Ark was causing you no small measure of grief. Vaguely traumatized expression. Mistress Utata, what are you? Oof. Irk. I feel so much better now. Hildebrand-esque shenanigans. My apologies, Katsith. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and fuzzy. It's this damnable ectocompass. I made another one, you see, identical in all respects to the first compass that Redalia stole. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plans, the same parts. I can imagine that would be infuriating, and you are certain there are no flaws in the design or the materials. Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing the blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this, Anya? I don't think the compass is broken. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. Judging by your previous work, it would seem unlikely that the compass itself is defective. We must consider other factors. Might you explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the Void Ark? It all comes down to the etheric signature. I discovered that the Void Ark is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition, so I simply tuned the compass to follow its unique trail. An energy of peculiar composition, you say? Of course, the Ark was propelled by the siphoned energies of the Void Scent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the aether of the entities imprisoned within? That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a different direction that one would expect. After all, Diabolos and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings from the ectocompass, we would arrive on the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mistress Utata. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. Oh, Stacia, what perfect timing. You won't believe the wonderful discovery we've just... Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we'd best head back and make ready for them. We made it, thank the gods. I'm glad you're here, Anya, but I don't think they're spoiling for a fight. It would not appear that these pirates have come with murder and pillage in mind. Quite the opposite, in fact. They seem rather bedraggled and beaten. I don't like this, Anya. Why have the Talons come here without their captain? Where is Redalia? Shiver. Truce, Red Bill. We need your help to save Captain Redalia. You're one of Redalia's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, and now you've come crawling to me for help. What kind of unholy mess have you Crittens stumbled into? Aye, we took your damn compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up at some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them as they got caught on the ground. If the captain survived the massacre, she's stuck there with no wings to fly out again. What? Oh, whatever. Why don't you give that link pearl a listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Redalia's alive or dead, at least. Ugh, so much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. You're after? Maki artifact. Damn demons are searching. Hide. And then a bunch of screaming. Seems Redalia's still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. If those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. I've half a mind to leave Redalia to her fate, but I never turn my back on an adventure, especially when the scent of treasure is in the air, eh? Now tell me where you found these ruins. You'll help us then. You're a good man, Red Bill. We left the captain in, Yefame Saltmoor, just north of Mordona. In Yefame, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mach itself. By Shatoto's black heart, could they be after the Nullstone? What's that, Puss? You think you know where the fiends are after? Right, Utata, see that these talons are patched up. Then have Raimi ready to fly. And don't spare the oil. You know I love to hear her purr. Anya, Stacia, bring the furball to my quarters and we'll have ourselves a chat about the impending trip to Old Mach. Do-do-do, do-do-do. You have to rescue the captain. When Leofard asks me to pay special attention to his airship, that's a sign he's fully committed to his next adventure. He had the same spark right before he left to board the Void Ark. You're wondering why his ship's named Rhymeel. I never gave it much thought, but I'd wager it was the name of his first love. Or maybe it was a pet. Okay. Ba 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 ba. You know, we've never been friendly with the Talons, but that don't mean we can just sit back and let them be torn to shreds by cackling void scent. I never imagined Diabolos would seek to enter the old city. But I should have suspected as much when I learned the floodwaters had receded and left Yefame exposed. Right, Furball, let's hear about this artifact that Diabolos is looking for. If I am to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Maki sorcerers would bind the Void Scent into service. The more powerful the Void Scent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entity to step through. And let me guess, the mage forces the Void Scent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation to our world? That is correct, but it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Maki Magi construct an occult device that would more securely bind the Void Scent to their will. A safeguard of sorts that, to the best of my knowledge, yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a Void Scent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely. I can't see the royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems these sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned. When it came to the glory of Mach, the ends justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diabolos seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensure that the Queen will reign unopposed. Alright, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way. Its value is the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose. Yeah, okay. It's kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards, and protected by deadly guardians. And with the rising of the waters, they reasoned that the artifact would be sunk along with the city, far beyond the reach of vengeful Void Scent. But now that Yafame is more swamp than sea, the demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with, and I doubt they'd be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. Aye, this has become a race to see who can nab the treasure first, which is just the sort of contest a sky pirate lives for. So we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, then rescue Redalia right from under the fiend's noses. Well, I suppose we could save her while we were poking around for loot. I'll grab the new compass from Utata so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the lantern when you're ready to fly. Ready to fly. So all we need to do is rescue Captain Redalia from a mob of nasty Void Scent, then retrieve a dangerous artifact from the magically defended ruins of an ancient civilization. Easy, eh? I shall join you in this endeavor to recover the Nullstone, though after 1500 years, I wonder what remains of the city I once knew. We'll fly directly to Yafame from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark, Anya. Just keep slicing into the depths until you reach that Nullstone. We don't want to risk getting knocked out of the skyline like the Talons, so we'd best land a little ways out from the ruins and head in on foot. The Furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing a path through to the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Redalia and her crew. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, eh? There's likely golems and such in there that are worse than the fiends outside. We wouldn't want our hero losing her head now, would we? Weeping City of Mach, now accessible. Where is my sister? Get in here, Void. Ooh. Bruh. Sage, I see. Interesting. Let's see how fast that completes. In the meantime... I don't think I have any gear. Nope. Rip. Requeuing. What? What's funky? Yup. That's the plan. Get this one. Yeah. My chat is so eloquent. You go to the gold saucer. And then from the gold saucer, we get our free ride to Bulldog. Ba-da-ba-ba.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black.
Yikes.
Yellow, black. Yellow, black. Yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow.
Let's see, I need to switch jobs. And then Kimberly. Doo-doo. Very funny that I got remove horse twice. I didn't use my dot. I'm a fool. I'm so slow. I did my P12 yesterday in order to get my weekly reward. And I only died at one point because I didn't get enough healing and it was a raid wide. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh yeah, oops. What do you think I'm doing on my hunting log? Are these not the right guys? Oh, it's the rusty ones. Rats. I'm gonna die. knew where goblins were. They were just the wrong kind. Yeah, as I do. Why do you keep leveling Black Mage? Play something else. Excuse me. Hang on. Ignore that. I was just going to woo 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 pop. Because I have a version where I won't change emotions as often. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, this one. Blah 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 blah. Can't do that. Okay. So it's supposed to be, oh, we're at Horizon's Edge, that would be why. Hammerly is like right down here. Yeah. I just forget that this part of Western Thanalan exists. Bro, play the MSQ! See, I need rusty goblins. Oh, well. Ugh. Cringe. Sucks I don't have the finisher right now. Feels very unsatisfying. No. Not worth. So funny to have thunder be yellow. That's not how I remember that spell. Thanks, Nightbot. Just a second. Rip. There they are. So slow. You don't get comms that often, I've found. Like, you definitely get them more often than DPS, but as compared to, like, tanks, I don't think it's that much more often. From my experience, at least. Yep. Ah! Oh. Everything's fine. What timing? As a healer, you should know the mechanics better than the DPS. So you know, like, the times you have to prepare to heal and such. RIP. For real? Hello? That sucks. I am incredibly sad. The question right now is, do I bother to... You know, if I switch back to the Thaumaturge, it'll just mean that the key will pop again. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished her foes. Anya, I formally welcome you to the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial is to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy and innate quality, the limits of which are bound to by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Aether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. As your experience grows, so shall the reserves of your thaumaturgical endurance, the wellspring of your magical might, will also swell in response to the moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit us once more. Like right now. Pushing power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zoza Maya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Koko Byogo's purview. It is only fitting that one, so averse to being approached, should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. Arg! Ah, yes, Anya, I've been expecting you. Allow me to read you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozamaya's Guide, Ahem. The thread of intimacy, ah, how magnificent the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by a fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fists shatter bones, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and you stand apart from such men. Ugh, that last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit or stabbed or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing the incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise thaumaturge always strikes from afar, the farther the better. Now let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the silver bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for the vultures to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you've slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafano. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop as long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Anya, we pay him in sorcery blasted bird flesh. Poggers. Hang on. Well, if I'm an eldritch horror that came into being alongside the universe, and that frog thing is my older sister, you can imagine. That's central? No, that's west. I know my directions.
Power is stored in the frog.
I haven't seen you establish your VTuber lore. X to doubt, buddy. Oh, my sleep spell. Ah, cool. Oh, I'm gonna perish. This was a mistake. I'm going to perish. Am I going this way? Let's see. Where are the constellations tonight? There's the bowl. That's the bowl there. The moon is bright. Wow. Glowing orb. That's not... No. Oh, which other one is that color? It's not the Ewer. This one is... Ah! I know that's the Heaven of Fire, but I forget which one. Oh yeah, it has to be the balance. Duh. That one's the balance, so... The orange one... I don't remember all my constellations. I'm a pretty bad astrologian anyway. It's always a DPS, yes. The Weeping City of Mach. I always manage to forget where my buttons are. I'm just quirky like that. I look at the bar. Poor guy's got 4 stacks of the Reaper ability on him. It's funny. I'll pull it. Do you spy that wreckage up ahead? Could it be one of the Talonsdown ships? Oh dear. Oh, there she goes. No, my dots! What? Next song. Whee! Wah! Ah! Bro. Come on. Give me the last one, thank you. such a bad bard. Run, Reaper! She's gonna toss us up. No! Cringe! Work, beam. Oh, I don't need that. Bad. Do they look cool? Kinda. I don't like the hat. Take this one. Whee! Woohoo! I'm leading the way, guys. Don't worry. Oh, I'm starting to remember this raid, and I'm pretty sure there's a mechanic I despise. Oh, hello, Black Mage. Eggy. Why is everyone LBing? Not for like 2 seconds. Good lord. I missed my Zoomy spell. I want my Zoomy spell back. Ba ba blah. He's got gamer posture. Sorry about your gamer posture, buddy. Rip. Yeah, I hate the mechanic in this fight. Oh boy. Wah! Nope. Come on, let me get one more in there. No. It's fine. Love that for us. Oh, good, I got boots. I'll remember to stand in it, don't worry. I love standing still. Oh, I needed that, didn't I? Oops. Bye-bye. I forgot. I'm up. Don't worry, guys. I got help. I moved too early. Oh, pyramid. Nope. Nope. I think Ray's says otherwise. No, I'm just stupid, and I forget that mechanic exists. What alliance are we? A. Okay. Why are we already starting? Good grief. Earthen, nope. we're halfway through. Really took one for the team. Faring away is a terrible sphere that has devoured. End of sentence. The sphere. Shape time. Masha. Masha, what are you doing over there? Masha. Well, I guess we're starting. Oh, that's me. Oh dear. Nice. That's a triangle time. No. Hover, floating above ground. Based. Don't look at the sphere. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da. Again. Oh dear. Hi, bud. Oh, did Void go down at some point?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm just trying to make sure I press the right buttons.
Clouds. I love a stretched PNG. Bah. One more. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, like this one. Ah. Who pulled, by the way? Very rude. Yes, I would like those boots of casting. Yuck. And here's my next saw. Oh no. Ouchie! Ouchie! SOS! I'm up. Really bad at reading the telegraphs on this one. Ah! Oh, I'm dead again. Love that for me. Don't worry about it. I'm up. Your hell. Oh no. When in doubt, stand with everyone else. Oh no. Bye.
No. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Oh dear. Ah. Lost in the sauce. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I hate that fight. Hair boss bad. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Barely. That was a mess. Ooh, a card. Ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba da. Let's go! Oh heck yeah! Surely. Surely. Let's give it to the Reaper. Surely I get this. Surely I get this. Let's go! Yeah, I kind of sweeped there. Streamer luck. I get this last card too, just watch. I'm being cocky, but it's okay. I deserve it. Streamer privilege. I rolled a 98 on a minion. Why did I claim the card? That's habit. That's pure habit. I don't play triple triad. No. So this is the heart of the ruins, eh? You've done a fine job dismantling the defenses, Anya. I only wish we could say we had the same success, but Redalia and her talons were nowhere to be found. Yes, it is quite distressing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Nullstone is ours. Quick, let's put it in my magic pockets before it can get stolen. Mwahaha! You've left me such an inviting trail of destruction to follow. Cringe. Cringe fail. I see you found the relic then. Wonderful. Lord Diabolos will be so pleased. And look here, I've brought you a gift as thanks for all your hard work. This is the lovely lass you've been oh so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see her rent limb from limb, then you will hand over the Nullstone. Sniff. You think I care about her worthless limbs? That woman's done naught but give us grief, and I just thought to crow over her grave.
Don't give me that look, Redalia. What, you thought I was here to save your sorry hide? You've never been aught but an obstacle to me. Do you remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all the Maligan relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. You selfish and me for expecting you to act like any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow a bloody hole in your belly. Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? Not much of a threat when I've seen the other side of a cathedral when I've seen you miss the side of a cathedral at 10 Yalms. Silence, you grinning fool. You've ruined my moment, and now I'll ruin your smirking face. Now, puss. The cube. Ah, it burns. This world is not your stage, unholy harlequin. Be gone from our be gone from our realm. Same. Go, a clever farce, mortals, but the show is not over. Not until you scream. I'm so craving, like, fresh chocolate chip cookies right now. I want those desperately. The bugger got away, and I think we'd best do the same. Bro. The Lady Pirate is saved and the Nullstone is ours. That all went rather well, did it not? Aye, it all worked out in the end, but I've had just about enough of Leofard's folly. Ugh, I must have said that 100 times by now. Ba 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 ba. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it, Anya? Probably a little too much for Redalia, but we gave her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. Quite a successful jaunt, all told. You and me, we make a pretty good partnership. But I've got words for you, Furball. You said that relic would obliterate a void scent completely. Seems to me that foolish, foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away. Oh, that? That was scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I have learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught in a bonfire. So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle. You might as well be wielding a blunted sword. Might I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foe sufficiently to free the Lady Pirate, a result we could not have achieved without your blustering words alone. Bah, I was ready to flee without Redalia if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right, you had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end. Did the captain receive a blow to the head while we were in Mock? I could have sworn he just paid me a compliment. We might be waiting a while before Redalia finally decides to wake up. But not so long that you've got time to flit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters and we can ask her a few questions as soon as she's ready to talk. ba 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 ba.
Prepare for a bunch of stumbling.
Ha.
Sweetie. Yup.
Oh there, Anya. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait on Rodalia. Besides, after fighting through the room, and so wager you could use the rest. Ba-ba. Have fun. Where's the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Tell me, Rodalia, what drove you to risk exploring Old Mach? The compass sent you there, aye, but you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? I found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark and a powerful relic called the Nullstone. A tome scribed by a Maki sorcerer, perhaps. Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? The words were muddled by obscuring magics, and 1,500 years have faded its pages. There's much that remains illegible, but what little my darling cutthroats and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status.
That's a big book.
See for yourself if what the book says is true. The Ark is a source of immeasurable power. With that ship under my command and the mysteries of Mach in my possession, I had thought to crown myself Queen of the Skies. And look how well that turned out. What manner of sky pirate, what manner of queen can't even keep her own crew alive? Ahem. Redalia, is it not? Would I be correct in assuming that you seek revenge against the Void Sent who slaughtered your comrades? Bye-bye. Of course I want revenge. That hell spawned...
Oh, she's swearing again.
That... killed my crew. If he were here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare bloody hands. You are not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations, Captain. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace for the skies? Will you not join the Talon's strength to ours? Yeah.
But Leofard doesn't swear as much.
What strength. The way things are right now, I doubt I could keep the peace in a monastery. This has not to do with personal grudges either. I just don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins, and the dregs that are left are scarce sharp enough to be called talons. Did you leave your spine back in them ruins, Redalia? You've had your wings clipped and no mistake. But that's no reason to give up the life. I thought we'd rescued a sky pirate, not some cur that turns tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Red Bill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book. Just make sure to make... Hey.
I've got it. Might as well use it.
So I can say and... Hey, Furball, how quickly do you think you can decipher that ratty old tome? I need to figure out exactly how your relic works. Aye. You sent that one fiend squealing in fear, but that ain't enough. From what you've told me, we'll need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're going to take on the Shadow Queen. The rest of you, put everything you've got into what you do best. Be that research or blade work. Overdoing it is doing it just right, if you get my meaning. Ah. I'll decorate my walls with void-sent heads if I have to. The sky should belong to no one.
How if we, like, not just explored this pyramid before? Like, clearly it's wackadoodle.
The nullstone hath fallen into mortal hands. Hang on. Can I do a fun voice for this? Hang on, it's funny voice time. Let's see. Let's see, we have to play around with this. Let's see, if we go, maybe this one's better.
The nullstone hath fallen into mortal hands.
1,000 apologies, Lord Diabolos. I shall personally wring each and every one of their scrawny necks.
The time for skulking in shadows hath ended. I am grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxeth full. Soon my ardent desire shall pass from dream into dark reality.
Hehe. Oh, good. Pocket change. Ba 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 ba. Anya, Cassith just sent me out to find you. You've a proper knack for showing up just at the right time, you know that? Anyway, Catsith cracked open that tome we got from Redelia and has been studying all the Nullstone secrets. He thinks he may be onto something important, not just concerning Diabolos and the Shadow Queen, but also the cat himself. Come on back to the Peric and we can hear what he says together. Wah, 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 wah. Bwah, 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 bwah. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. How's it going, gang? Catsith has had the darkest look on his face. Thanks for coming. Now let's ask Katsith what this is all about. Ugh, thank the winds you're here at last. The furball refused to share until you'd arrived. Ba, 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 ba. As I suspected, this tome was penned by a Maki sorcerer of superior standing, as well as detailing the methods by which the full power of the Nullstone might be unleashed. Its pages also contain a number of revelations concerning my master, High Void Mage Césaire. If these histories are to be trusted, then it seems Césaire herself was responsible for summoning Diabolos. But I thought you said your master was opposed to support in the war effort. Why would she be the one to call up that bat-winged monster? Césaire only agreed to the ritual as a means to bring the conflict to an early resolution. From what I can glean from the passages, Diabolos was intended as a bluff, a threat that was never meant to be exercised. But those arrogant imbeciles ignored my master's carefully laid restrictions and elected to unleash the fiend upon Ampidor. It was when Césaire moved to protest this act she was branded a traitor and imprisoned. Once they had contained the opposition, void mages studied all manner of otherworldly arts at the talented feet of their new pet. The most dangerous of which was the rite for summoning the queen and the method for chaining her power. Yet even after all they had perpetrated, these ambitious fools had the gall to come crawling to Césaire when the coming of the Great Flood was predicted. They begged her to take control of the Void Ark for the salvation of the Maki people. As you saw for yourself, however, the energies of the Shadow Queen broke loose and turned the vessel into a derelict nest of void scent. It seems obvious now that the arts taught by Diabolos were deliberately flawed. The only saving grace in all this madness was when that damnable fiend was sealed away by the white mages of Ampidor. I shudder to think what would have happened had he been reunited with his queen. So now, 1500 years later, Diabolos is looking to finish what he started. I thought, hang on, I gotta get my hand back on the bleep button. I had it under the blanket so it could get warm. I thought the bat-winged was just some opportunistic underling, but it turns out he's the main villain behind this whole mess. Were Césaire alive today, she would accept responsibility for unleashing Diabolos upon the world. As the High Void Mage's familiar, it is my duty to act in her stead. I have deciphered the secrets of the Nullstone, and with its undiluted power, I shall erase Diabolos from existence. I like your spirit, Puss, but try not to rush in too quickly, eh? Getting yourself killed won't do us or your master any good. Wait. No one's rushing in anywhere just yet. Or have you forgotten that we're still in the middle of scouting out the fiend's lair? We've got the compass to go by, but who knows what kind of place it'll lead us to or how many demons will be lying in wait when we get there. We fly in with our eyes open or risk getting slaughtered just like the Talons. Oh yes, speaking of which, the tome made mention of a potential location for... Quirky. R.I.P. King. Leofard. No, I just like the noise. He's behind you. Yeah, curse you, fiend! Oh, hang on.
At last. At long last.
This is far from over, demon. Will not allow an abomination like the Shadow Queen to rule this world.
Then thou knowest not of rule. It is might which decideth dominion. But believe what thou mayest, frail creature, you are playthings. Your screams of denial shall amuse me as I send this rock and all upon it to shatter upon the ground below.
Can I, like, shoot him already? What's the holdup? Go, girl. Hit him. Why couldn't I do that? What was I waiting for? You know, without having to wait in between patches, this doesn't have as much punch as I think it's supposed to.
Gods, it's that Redelia. Where's she been hiding that ship?
I would not tire my arm with the swatting of so many flies. The nullstone is mine, and there is yet much to be done.
No! It's fine. Winky. Gulp. Whee! Whee. Okay.
Oh, I didn't talk to the others. It's fine. Speed running now. Well, well, ain't I a lucky sod? 2 demons in one day. Found some new dogs to lick your boots, Redelia?
Is that any way to welcome me back to the life? You needed allies, and persuading our reluctant fellows to join in common purpose is a feat only a woman of my charming beauty could accomplish. Excuse me. And besides, you look too injured to be of much use to anyone. Whoa. Throat's doing funny noises. You'd best take to your bed, old man. Whoa. Hang on. Too much dairy in my tea, I think. Tastes good that way, though. You'd best take to your bed, old man, and let me and your champion take care of the void scent. What, so you can tuck tail and run again at the first sign of trouble? You'd not even be standing there if it weren't for me, and even with me arm busted up, I'm still twice the pirate you are. Hang on, my phone's been charging. Now I gotta grab it. Okay, hang on. Let me find my clock app. And I don't mean TikTok, I mean literally the clock app. Go into my rewards queue. Go down to this one. And go.
RX3 Nuzzles, how are you? pounces on you, you're so warm, Oreo.
I'll commit murder. I will, I promise. Ahem. Nay, I think you should stay behind this time, Wilford. We must pursue the Diabolos without you. Time is of the essence, and we cannot afford to wait for you to heal. We must take advantage of Captain Redalia's reinforcements and proceed with all haste. Did the demon drop you on your head for a blow? Without me, there to one things, you'll just end up getting in Anya's way. And no one's making haste anywhere until we know what we're flying into. Again, Captain Redalia may hold the answers to the dilemma. I suspect that the island is where she uncovered the monkey tome. It's a very location where Diablos has chosen his lair. Why would you do that to me? Really? Would you really do that? This floating marvel I speak of is not a natural occurrence. It was constructed as a haven for refugees of the flood. The tome makes very clear reference to the island's purpose and describes in detail the void sense sorcery employed in its creation. As the void ark never arrived at its destination, however, the island remained uninhabited. I can imagine no more suitable hideaway for a scheming fiend. Even better, Diabolos will not expect us to suddenly arrive on his secluded doorstep. The Talon fleet will carve us a path through the lesser fiends, and we shall strike swiftly into the heart of confusion and seize the Nullstone. Once the Welwick is secured, I will use its power to obliterate our devilish foe. As a sky pirate, surely you understand how such an assault would rise on speed and supplies. We cannot have a wounded companion slow us down, and potentially doom our entire enterprise. So you think you're in charge now, do you, puss? Poor broken wheel farts. There's some dead weight you need to cut away. You know what? I've had a belly full of your mewing in any case. Go on, fly off without me, and see how far you get with your twice-damned enterprise. Captain Redalia, compare the direction indicated by the ecto compass with your navigational records, if you would please. I think we'll find the coordinates coincide with the island in question. Certainly. And feel free to board a flagship when you're set to depart. My Darwing's large enough to accommodate your adventurer and her fellows with room to spare. Dunscape is now accessible.
You really want me to walk around and Dunscape with doing this the whole time? But we go know my songs. Oh no, I'm such a bad bard.
Don't you worry, I'll keep an eye on the captain while everyone else is off on this grand adventure. Without him, are you certain you don't need me to go with you? This adventure's all yours, Anya. I'll be cheering for you from my sick bed like a good little pirate, promise. This is the way it must be. Considering our need for haste and the extent of Leofard's injuries, my conclusion was merely logical. Captain Webbill's primary concern should be securing the freedom of the skies, not limping into almost certain death at the hands of Voidsent, no matter how much he chafes at being excluded from the voyage. Cassius was only talking common sense. The captain took it hard, but I think he knows it too. We're doing the right thing leaving him behind, aren't we? I acquired our splendid flagship after the Asgardians saw fit to abandon her. I hear she was an attempt to match the airborne agility of their dragon enemies, but the vessel did not live up to their expectations. When she passed to me, we replaced their improvements with structural reinforcements and made ourselves a flying fortress. Our stately lass will not soon be knocked from the sky.
Oh, I know this fight very, very well. I know it too well. I've probably done Dunscape more than 20 times at this point. Unable to invite to party. Why am I unable to invite to party?
I'm free. Oh, ready to queue up? We're queuing up. Oh, it's both of them. Or Dunscape. We're going to Dunscape. Beep, bop, boop. Rock and roll. I don't like you asking me that question. That question concerns me. Hang on, I think I just got rejected from a job. PogChamp. Yeah, I just got rejected from a job. Poggers! Woo! Love that. It was a stretch anyway. Imagine getting interviewed. Couldn't be me. Dude, I hate coffee. Okay, let's go back to Western Thanalan. Thanalan. Oh. Weeby. But yeah, if everyone would like manifest me getting responses, positive responses, that'd be much appreciated. I really should move the gauge. There we go. It's probably fine. That's the dream. It's what I'm manifesting, but I have applied 14 times to agencies. So, yippee! Horizon's Edge. Central, Western, 80 cents. Footfalls. Eastern, 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 Eastern. Western. That is entirely too vague. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, yes, I understand, like, you don't want to, like, have super limitations, but, I mean, that's just, like, the consequence of being in a company. Hehe, there's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Hey, King. Did you say thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you out to our bazaar this fine evening? The lady here just slew herself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh that I have a taste for, you understand. My brothers, not again. Oh, so you don't want to be part of a company. You just want to be a part of a group. Because, yeah, if you, like, want to join, like, a company, like, 90% of the time it's going to be as a new persona because they own the rights to it. Like, you could get picked up as, like, a, as an indie and, like, incorporated into the company. But some of the time, that then includes signing over your rights to your persona to the company. So if you leave, they keep your rights in some of them. Where am I going? I think I'm supposed to head back to Ul'dah. But I need to do some grinding. I'm not ready for the tortoise yet. I, for one, would be perfectly fine taking on a new persona. I'm not. I still think it's funny that because I don't have any mage clothes, I'm just in Heaven's Turn gear. But honestly, I just don't want to fill my inventory with it.
Okay.
Valid. I'd say go to the saucer, but you can't do some of the games while you're in queue. I wish you could do a leap of faith in queue. That's my one thing. I wish it was possible. No. I need to earn it. It's been like 2 years since I've done this. Since I've been baby thaumaturge. I need it. Emotionally. Back to the good old days. 3-button Andy. Stealing my thunder. Prime time? "22 points away from level up. That's so funny. Crime time. It's always funny watching a sneak crime video. Because, like, for some people, it's like the most important thing on the planet. And then for Sneak, it's like... like a comedy show. I don't know about that one, King. Oh, this turtle's gonna kill me. Just be ready to res me, boy. Nope, 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 nope. Boyd! I'm over by 80 sins. Also, you can see me on the map. Well, no, I guess we're not in a... regular party. Thanks, King. So, like, if you could just, like, stay here and make sure I don't die to this turtle, that'd be poggers. It's mostly probably because I don't have proper gear. Rip. Take one for the team. We love a tank. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be as a black mage. Bro walked out of range. I don't want to die. You could have clicked on my name in the party, couldn't you? No, I forgot. Cross-world parties are weird. Yippee! How many of those do I have to kill? Just another one. Time to find another turtle. Yippee! Turtle, turtle, turtle. Hi, turtle. I'm going to annihilate you. Iconic. Cool. Okay. I think the last thing I have in Western Thanalan is like way above my pay grade. But let's go for it anyway. Wait, no, I have another thing in the footballs. Yeah. Quabs. Take me to the footfalls, Captain. Wait. Oh, can I not ride? Why? Ah, wrong kind of party. Sag. Follow me. Use the follow command. Right click follow. Look, Masha exists in the correct timeline. Hyperion isn't the correct timeline for me, at least. Bonk. Oh, the Shadow Wolf thing? Cringe. Because I was still on free trial at the time. So I could only have one character per world. Yeah. That's how long we've had Anya. And she's just now about to start Stormblood.
Storm of blood, born from blood of our fallen brothers. Time turns still, oaths fulfilled. Now we long for freedom.
Ice Maid showers. I like the aesthetics of Astro. It feels like weaker than White Mage, at least for me currently. I thought, like, for free trial though, it was only one character per world. And then once you get full game, you can have 8 per world. Or something like that. And yet you don't play any of them. Okay, now I need to find the bogeys. Or Dunscaith could pop. I don't think Dunscaith's gonna pop.
This is a bad idea. I could use the help on these. I was like, wow, that ice spell did a lot of damage. No, it was you. That's not a normal number. Nah, I'm fine with waiting. How many do I need to kill? Oh, that one didn't count for me. Rats. Oh, wait, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Oops. Wait, no. Ah! I'm making mistakes! I could have sworn that was 3. Oh, dear. Okay, so you want me to withdraw from Q? Nope, that one didn't count. Okay, hang on. Void change class. Okay. I think I just have to get the last hit in, so that's fine. Swallowed wrong. Yikes. I love it when fire misses. There we go. Excellent. Blizzard 2! Hello, my love. Okay. And now we go to Central. Yeah, it's looking like Central. And then Eastern. Womp, wada womp, wada womp. Ugh, I just really want to finish Sky Pirates tonight. Because then that means we can start Stormblood. I don't think there's anything left to do in Heaven's Ward. I'm going the absolute wrong way. Ba 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 ba. It's the mines. Rip.
Okay. Clutch, clutch. Black brush. Clutch. Okay. Well, we're closest to black brush first. Completely didn't look at what we're actually supposed to be slaying. But all of these I should be able to handle now, so no big deal. Oh yes, the antlings. Yes, 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 yes. Sentries are the ones over here that are angry. Where are those soldiers? Where's the sentries? You sentries? No. Oh, they're probably north. Yes, I remember this area. Yeah. God, I hate that dungeon. I am not unlocking that dungeon for my own sanity. You would think so. I have bad memories of that dungeon. Should have just done the stuff in the clutch first.
GG.
I got these. That's not the right one. Oops. Manifesting Dunscape. If it doesn't pop by 45, I'll give up on it for the night. Now we go to the clutch. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Toad.
rock strat. Ode. Oh, it pulled me over the rock. Up, up. Beep. Up, beep. Easy. Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling us from Dunscaith. Sorry. But I appreciate you guys trying. Akdar. Verona Tenzin. Yeah, those guys, okay. I'll dissolve. Thanks anyway. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna run around doing some more hunting log, and then we'll wrap up. Pretty sunrise. Pretty sunrise in Eorzea. Wow. I always like to find scenic spots. Oh, whatever. Run! I can simply not engage. Cactar! I love them. They're so quirky. It's so funny to me that, like, at first, you get a little shield as a thaumaturge, but then as you get more experienced, you're not allowed to carry one. Because your staff becomes too big. You have to use 2 hands. Like, absolutely 0 defense. No defense allowed. Yeah. But at least white mages can heal themselves. Yup. I think it'd be funny if black mages got a self-heal spell, but it was a life steal from other players. What rotation? You got 2 spells. Birdie or Healy? Yep. Lucid dreaming? I don't need that. Get it off my bar. I think everything is in Eastern Thanalan now. Yeah, seems like. Cool. Gonna hop down to station then. This is a sanctuary, right? Yep. It's mostly healers, I think. Unfortunate that we could not finish Sky Pirates. Very upsetting. But alas, is the way of things. So, that being said, I think it is now poem time. Poem time. Yeah, I just go into ice space. Rip. Doesn't know my stream schedule. Okay, poem time. Poppies. The poppies send up their orange flares, swaying in the wind. Their congregations are a levitation of bright dust, of thin and lacy leaves. There isn't a place in this world that doesn't sooner or later drown in the indigos of darkness. But now, for a while, I don't know that word. What? The roughage? Might be roughage. Hang on. Let me pull up the Google Translate later. Hang on. Hold. Google.
Roughage.
It is roughage. That's not how that word looks in my brain. Let me take that stanza from the top. Sooner or later, drown in the indigos of darkness, but now, for a while, the roughage shines like a miracle as it floats above everything with its yellow hair. Of course, nothing stops the cold, black, curved blade from hooking forward. Of course, loss is the great lesson. But also, I say this, that light is an invitation to happiness, and that happiness, when it's done right, is a kind of holiness, palpable and redemptive, inside the bright fields. Touched by their rough and spongy gold, I am washed and washed in the river of earthly delight.
And what are you going to do? What can you do about it, Deep Blue Knight? Yet another great title for the next poem, by the way. I'm very excited. But yes, alas, that is all for tonight. Again, very sorry we couldn't get through Dunscaith. That just means we're gonna have to have a dedicated Dunscaith stream. Yeah. But yes, that is all I have for you all tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again really soon. Bye bye!